Vanessa Bryant also posted the potential logo on her IG story and said she loved the idea. Chris Broussard, do you like this idea?
I do like it. You know, when Kobe died, I remember saying I thought they should retire his number 8 and 24 across the league. Obviously, that didn't happen either. But I think this is a great idea. You know, people have talked about updating the logo for a while now. And if you made it any other player, if you made it Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, people are going to say, well, why not Michael Jordan or Magic Johnson? If you make it Magic, why not Bird, Dr. J? Why not, you know, some other player, Shaq or Tim Duncan? Even if after LeBron or Steph retire, there would always be a debate, well, why not this guy? It doesn't have to be the best player ever to play the game. Kobe Bryant, though, that discussion, that debate wouldn't exist if you made it Kobe Bryant because of the tragic way in which he died. No other superstar in the league's history has died that tragically. And obviously, Kobe was also the level of player where he could be the logo. So I actually like it a lot. I think it'd be great. So I do think this is something that the league should consider.
Kyrie Irving, for me, is one of the great spitballers of all time. We've all had that friend who, when we're sitting around, they always come up with an idea that everybody goes, that's interesting. And then you dig into it a little bit and you go, nah, that's really not an idea that works. And I would put this in that category for the reasons, Chris, you kind of touched on it. There are so many greats in the game. To be able to pinpoint one and say, he's going to be the next logo. Jerry West was never officially named the logo. It's not something that was given as an achievement or a recognition. People just took it into assumed that it was his silhouette because it looked like his silhouette. The second part of what you brought up is why I wouldn't want to do it as much as I think that we should commemorate Kobe in any way possible, is that it was tragic and it is sad. And that logo would always bring back to me how we lost him. And I don't know that that is what I want or would want as the logo of the entire NBA. So, look, this is a great time. If they're going to change the logo, this is a great time to do it because they're changing the manufacturer from Spalding to Wilson next year. And I do believe that the logo should be updated. I do believe that it having the silhouette that more reflects the athletes that are in the league today, largely black, rather than having it look like the silhouette, let's face it, of a white dude, would be an appropriate step. But to make it the silhouette of a specific player or Kobe in particular and acknowledge and identify it as that, I just don't believe that that serves the best interests of the NBA.
I think from a sentimental value, you could make the case for a lot of players. And it doesn't just, start and stop with Kobe. But when you look at how much goes into building a brand, people don't understand how much time, how much resource, financially, marketing, all the different aspects that go into making sure that you can build a sustainable, recognizable, global brand. It's not that represents a white man in the NBA logo currently. It represents the white in our flag color. It's red, white, and blue. I think it should stay the same. And the reason why I think it should stay the same is because when you're talking about all the greats that have played under that logo, there's a connection. There are a few things that connect you. As a former player, the shield connects me to Mean Joe Green. It connects me to the start, the Lawrence Taylors, the guys that I grew up watching. And so to me, the nostalgia, the history that's connected to all of the experiences that have been under that brand, under that logo, I don't think that you go away from that, and I don't think that you you go in a different direction and say, oh, well, it's time for a revamp. It's time for it to be new. This isn't like what happened in Washington. It's not a derogatory logo. There's not something, you know, that would call to mind something that's very disrespectful. Even though you said, you know, there's more black athletes now than, you know, than when that took place. But I just believe it should stay the same. And if you want to start somewhere, start with the conferences. Start with Western and Eastern conferences. Redo those first. Let's crawl before we walk.
Yeah.
You know?
NBA's going through a lot of stuff. I think